Let everybody join. Almost okay. 11 of you have joined. Okay. So now, what I have to do is, so you can see, like for every part, like body for each and every part, like I have, there are different materials. You can select UV, select that section, then you can apply right click, apply a new material, and I have already applied a material, so I have named it as well. So I'll show you. It's head, mm, head. So named it as well. So the to render, like for production rendering process is different. It's not real time. What you see on screen, final output will be entirely different. So there are few settings for the shader. Like right now, we have to focus on shader also. What we have to do? Where is my array? Head now. So you can see, I just select this material head. Make sure name everything properly because I have re-imported this, so all the naming is gone. So in my previous file, all the naming are there properly. So let's go to my head. Select. So why we is zero? It should be one. Weight is full one. Then uh, map need to assign the updated map. I just saved texture, the TGA, base color, TGA, this one, updated one, Ass- assign it, it's loading. Hmm, it's loaded. So after that, specular. So if for specular, I haven't used as of now. I haven't used any roughness here. So this is all coming from the shader, like all specularity, everything, whatever you can see here, it's all from your material shader only. All glossiness is part of. So I haven't used it yet. So initially, try rendering your displacement map only, then apply your roughness. Finally, diffuse is just the color. So this thing, okay, I should show that process only. That will be much easier. Okay, that will be strange. Just give me a second. I'll just open the head and I'll apply everything. So select this, your head. I have deleted everything here. So let me check, delete any unused name. That's it. Delete. So head, right click, graph network. So you can see I am using only and only diffuse base color. That's it. Nothing else here. Rest everything is part of my like this thing. What do you call it? Material. Let me apply. Let me refresh here. See, color change. The modified color change. So this is like, but if I want, I can disconnect this, and I have to. What I have to do is, okay, I'll do it from scratch. That will be much easier for you to understand. Select your part. So whichever part you are working on, right click, apply a new material, and go to Arnold, apply Arnold standard surface. Arnold standard surface material. This is open. This is your head material, skin material. So first thing, what you have to do is go to preset, go to skin and replace. So it will load the basic presets of skin shader. This is all. This is by default is there in like Maya. Just load that preset, then apply everything. So as of now, leave everything. Do not touch anything. And I can see I have applied this sky dome. This is for this. You can go to Arnold, click on your sky dome. That's what I did and applied a HDRI map. If I want, I can keep this, or if I want, I can delete this also. That's totally up to me. I just deleted it. So that's totally up to me. So, and then I applied one key light. This is my key light for my main source of light. If you press 7 from your keyboard, it will give you a preview of your light. So 7 is already pressed. So you can see this is my key light and this is my backlight or rim light. I am using 3-point lighting. I'll use another light here as my fill light. So as of now, I'm using these two lights only. And you can see this is my low poly model. No diffuse applied, no roughness applied, no displacement applied, nothing. So if I render this thing, so I can render out, there are multiple ways. I can click on IPR. IPR is basically like if your system is like I don't know due to some strange reason for some time my system become really slow. So IPR is taking a lot of time. Usually IPR gives you instant preview, and my GPU render sometimes giving me some error. So this is my preview. It will render everything quickly, and this is all everything is like preview mode. Everything is in like default settings. There is no map, no material, nothing, like default material without any color, without any texture, normal, your roughness, anything. So here you can see your skin looks way too translucent. You can see through things, almost everything. The easiest way will be pause it or stop it, select one section and render region. That will be way faster and easier to check the final output. This is fine. Okay. It's like zoomed out by mistake or something I did. Or what is this? Why everything is black? I don't know. Due to some strange reason, everything is black. Light is visible. Okay, light is visible. Just give me a second. Render. If you go and click on this render, this is your Arnold preview render. This should be little faster. Okay, 0%. And rendering is a time consuming process because every time you click render, it will take some time to warm up and then start rendering your scene and slowly render everything. It will take a little bit time. So here I can see my skin looks way too translucent. It become almost white because my default color is, I guess, white. So I can just stop it, and there is no detail, nothing. So what I have to do is, for this, uh, I can select my light. It's 5. I can change it to 3. Select another light. It's 3. Change it to 2. Reduce the intensity. I reduce the light intensity. I can go back and play it again. It will start rendering one more time. This is much better. I hope to see my screen. You can see there's a like little translucency feel on the ear, that subsurface scattering. You can see like ears are become they become like whitish in color. You have this white color translucent feel, and now it's rendering. You can see skin also have little bit of orange reddish tint by default, the shader property. So this is fine, but there is no detail. So what I have to do is switch off this now. Select this, go to this material. When you select this particular mesh, you can see there is a shape option. Your material, and then next to that there is a shape. Go there, click open your Arnold, scroll down, and by default this thing is off. So subdivision type, cat class. This is like what we use. Subdivision level, iteration level is basically the number of subdivision you had in ZBrush. Like suppose your like final output time, like when you baked your displacement map, your subdivision level was 4. So make sure this is 4, or it's 5. So make sure this is 5. So whatever subdivision you're using in ZBrush, use the same number here. Subdivision level 5. So while rendering, it will subdivide your model and produce a nice output. Then by default, this displacement value is 1 and this is 0 by default, and this is off. So switch on your enable auto bump. So it will auto generate. It basically become adaptive. So based on your requirement on your of your file or of your mesh, it will automatically optimize the this, displacement and generate your mesh. So switch on your auto bump. So height is basically your height of your displacement map. So one is way too high. If I use this, I'll get really distorted mesh. So I'll show that first. Like just I change this iteration, but right now there is no displacement map applied yet. So how to do that? Select your model, or you can just click on this. Like go to your material and click on this arrow. So you can see surface material, then your displacement material. You can select, click here and assign a displacement map, then this arrow and select the map. So let me open. Whatever you have exported from ZBrush, that map. Where is my displacement? So if I want, I can convert it to JPEG. If I want, right now I have already used. So I have this TX version because Arnold, whenever you render anything in Arnold, it will automatically convert that texture into a TX format. So TX is basically texture, and it's a texture format, and it becomes like highly optimized for Arnold to read it. So you can see D3120. No, something else. There is something else. I don't know what it is. Right click. Sorry. I have this plugin installed where I can just simply right click and convert that into a JPEG. So uh, shift right click Copy path. Copy this path of this file and paste it and enter. Now this displacement map is applied to this mesh. How to check that? Go to Hypershade. Oh, it's already open. Sorry, it's already open. Sir, when we render in Arnold, the background appears black. Yes, there are ways to change it. You can change the environment, you can change the background, but usually you can render it out and save it as with mask and change the background in Photoshop. So that will give you more like this thing. You can use HDRI. Yes, if you use a HDRI map, it will render that directly. I'll show that out also. So select this mesh and click on this option, graph material. So it basically graphs your entire material. Left mouse button. So now you have this material. This is your main material and this is your shader where your main texture color is going under surface shader and displacement is connected to displacement shader. This is your main like the parent shader where you apply everything. So right now you can see under my texture, there is no textures applied. Under displacement, my displacement is applied. But there are few settings we have to do. This is keep this thing in your mind. Whenever you are applying a black and white map, change the color space to raw and make sure under color balance, alpha is luminance is on. Otherwise, you won't get result. Black and white map, raw color space is raw. It's not sRGB. Uh, so final submission is this is January some day. I forgot. January, I guess. Uh, one second. 15th January. Alpha is luminance is on. So the basic setup is done. Let's go back to my renderer and play it again. I have applied only and only displacement map and nothing else. It will warm up and then render. So you can see it's rendering this squarish box or something. Reason the displacement amount was 1. Stop it. Select this body shape. Change this to height 0.05. This is something I found it works perfectly. And scalar 0 value is basically when you are exporting it from ZBrush displacement map, you can see there is a scalar value there also, which is 0.5. So make sure this scalar value is the exact same scalar value in ZBrush when you're exporting the displacement map, that value you need to input here. So this is by default. So what happens? It basically reduces the intensity. Now go back, render it once again. Like that's the whole idea, right? Like for production render, usually they use Arnold, they use Octane, they use V-Ray and other things. So they don't use Marmoset. So production there is no Marmoset. Yes, V-Ray can be used, but thing is V-Ray, I don't have V-Ray, so I'm not using V-Ray. Try to stick to like whatever we are doing here. So if you understand Arnold, it's way too fast. It's quite convenient. You can do V-Ray also quite easily. So now you can see there are some amount of detail is generating. there is no roughness, there is no specular. That's why it looks flat. No need to worry. That is also I'll modify, but you can see right now there are some amount of detail is generating on the surface. So it's basically you can see it's generating all these like surface detail with the help of displacement map. But right now there is no what do you call it roughness or anything. That's why everything looks flat and like this. So stop it. Then go back to your actual material. So roughness, you can just reduce it slightly, make it bit glossy. Transmission, do not modify. Subsurface, you can see everything is on nicely. So type of subsurface here, use random walk version 2. This gives you better result. And then like this is something usually people ignore, but skin have a translucency, so it basically have a dual specular. So switch on your coat, you can say by default switch on, and sheen is off. Add little bit of sheen. That's it. And weight, color weight is full 0. If I want, I can make it a little bit gray. And specular and all these things are reduced. Let's render one more time. So subsurface, still I can see subsurface is way too much. It's becoming almost a glowing bulb kind of thing. So I have to reduce the subsurface. Stop it. Scale is 1. So scale 1 is way too much, which I can modify. So I have created, like previously, whatever I have created, I have saved that preset. Click on preset. I'll show you all the replace. So preset was, you can see, I have changed to 0.12. 0.12, it was 1. So it was full bright like a bulb, like it was glowing. So I have reduced this to 0.12. This is something you have to test out based on your scale. If you're using a ZBrush model based on that, so this 0.12 will work perfectly for you. So the instant you can see your skin, everything become dark and black. And now what I can do, I can go and change the lighting, make it slightly brighter, and let's render it one more time. So you can see it's kind of glossy, but you can see all the details now. All the details are visible. It's not that translucent. Everything is not illuminating. So light is not passing through and through. So you can see ears are kind of bit translucent, and skin starts generating all these details. I just have to add a roughness and a color to this model. So first check your displacement map, set your material, then save that preset, set your material, then select this, go to material, preset. You can see you have an option for save. You can save this material and then load for each and every part and rename it. So like this, you can like fix this thing. Let's see, open. So this one, I will change. I'll change the map, a texture, the new texture. This one. modify this, and displacement is same. It can become little lighter, you can see, and I can test out my render now. Here I have applied diffuse color and displacement map. Still, I haven't used any roughness. Oh, denoiser is a different thing. It basically gives you preview of without a noise. Let me show that as well. So let me pause it. Arnold, sorry. Go to render setting. This is your render setting. Click on this. It will open this window. It will open this window. Then go to Arnold render. Make sure it's Arnold render selected. Here you can set your camera and plus your size of the render. Then go to render. Here you can set the quality, what kind of quality you want. Then go to system. Here, if you change it to GPU, if your GPU is free, you have decent amount of GPU free and all, you can change it. And then select all these things, and then go to diagnostic. Oh, sorry, go to AOV. Then you have denoiser, and under denoiser, Arnold denoiser, just switch it on. It's by default off, like this. Switch it on, then close it. Then close this and open this render. This thing. But you can see right now you have a RGBA denoise option. Previously, it was only beauty. There is no extra option. So if you switch on this, it will start rendering, re-render the thing. It basically gives you a preview without the noise, nothing else. So some DPU update, see some error happens. Some error is I'm getting this error. So what I have to do is I have to switch back to CPU, close, render. So I don't know, maybe there's some issue with the GPU driver or some issue. I don't know. Like usually initially it works perfectly. Then after some time it starts giving me error. I don't know. It's showing insufficient device memory, but I am not using anything. Everything is closed. I don't know why. Maybe system memory or maybe space or something, because I'm running low on space. So that is something that is I believe is possible. You render हो गया जल्दी. It is taking time. It's taking a lot of time. So to listen to use this idea, hopefully it will work perfectly. Give me a minute. I had a class at 11. So just need to minutes. 2 minutes. So you can see now it's rendering everything. You can see the ears are quite red because of translucency and subsurface scattering. Because under like you have this reddish tint, like without diffuse also you can might have, notice there is a reddish tint. So because of that only the ear become like full red. And now I have to add roughness to it to get a better result. Like right now, everything is kind of similar specular. So I need to control that as well because our skin is not even. Like near to your eyes, lips, nose, they are a bit shinier, and rest of the part are a little bit less shiny or less glossy. So those things we have to control with the help of uh, roughness map. So you can see now it's generating all the skin details. So I'll save this shader and apply this shader to duplicate this multiple times or re-import it again and again and like apply the same shader to all the parts and only I'll replace all the maps. That's it. So I have to work on only one map, test out only one map and material on any part like face, head, hand, anywhere. Then duplicate that and apply it everywhere and replace the textures only. So no need to like recreate each and every material again and again. Just create one, perfect it, and copy paste it and use it for everything. So you can see now I have all these pores, wrinkles, skin pores, everything. And this color tone is much better than previous. Previous it was like full red, so now it's like much better. Still, like after rendering, also you have to do post process where you color correct it, you change the background, add some effect, with maybe some depth of field. Not yet, but hi, yes, I saw your mail. I have downloaded it, so I haven't checked it. So tomorrow we'll discuss. Like I have like couple of submissions, so tomorrow we'll discuss it. Like I have downloaded all the files. I'll check it and then we'll discuss it. So now you can see like all these render, like you can all the details are automatically generating on your skin on the surface. So you can see I haven't used any normal, I haven't used any roughness, only a diffuse color and only a displacement map. That's it. It's rendering. So like this is rendering is a time consuming process. To perfect it. It will you have to spend a lot of time to perfect it, and like you have to change small values in your shader and correct it. It will take a lot of time to work on only one part and then copy it and use it. Like for clothes, you can use only one part and correct it, then apply that to entire clothing. Then for skin, you can use one shader and modify that, and I'll be uploading this file, this head thing. I'll upload. I have already uploaded in Moodle. I mailed you guys. So I'll update that so you can just simply download and check it. I have used it now like in Photoshop. And for this poly painted texture exported from ZBrush, I have overlaid on my exported texture from Substance. I have combined both of them. So now what I'll do, I'll just export the base texture from my substance and overlay with my polypainted textures from ZBrush with curvature map and ambient occlusion, and apply that to the entire body. And then if required, like any, suppose I want to create some skin pattern design or maybe some tattoo or something, I can paint directly on my texture in substance and use it. So that's what I will do, and after this, we'll start using let's start using XGen for all the hair, like whatever we have created in ZBrush, we'll use that here and show you how to create, like use that and generate hair and fur. So you can see like this part. I see this is like little brighter, brighter. XGen only, yes. For hair and fur, we're going to use XGen only. Will render this because it take a lot of time to render just the head. It's taking so much time, so it will take a lot of time to render your entire body. And suppose you are planning to render out turntable or something, it will take like 10 hours, 20 hours to render. So based on the system configuration, so it's a time-consuming process, but the quality output it will give is like it's way better than your real time. Turntable we can render in ZBrush, that is for high poly, or you can take low poly to ZBrush and add all the add your diffuse map, or in high poly if you have a UV you can apply your textures directly there and render out a turntable. That also works perfectly. Yes, you can. And ZBrush turntable is quite fast, but if you want to render turntables, I'll recommend use Keyshot. That is like way faster, gives you better result, and comes with a ton of options and your like settings. What you can presets and environment and lighting and everything, and you can modify lighting, so it gives you better results. I can see like there's a slight dent in my this eye. I have to fix it in low poly. I have to fix it. And there's some black patch, maybe part of texture or something. I have to check it. So like try this thing out, shader material, and I have downloaded all the files you guys have submitted. So we'll check that and we'll discuss that tomorrow. And yeah, just try this thing out, and I'll upload all these videos and check it and try it out because it's something you need to practice. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it. So practice it and do it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. So I have another class. I have already postponed it for half an hour. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tata, bye bye.